Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. And you know how we do before we get started. Ooh, my shirt wrinkled. I just put this on. But you know what's happening, man. Y'all know what to do. Do your boy a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please don't forget to turn your post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live or dropping his heat. And don't forget to click the join button, join the member section, because that's where most of my videos go before they go live. And you guys know we are back. Man, my shirt wrinkled up. Got the UAB joint all wrinkled up. You know, but it is what it is. I'm not going anywhere right now. I'm gonna go take a nap after we drop this banger right here, because we know we got some more idiots on deck. And man, look here, man. Why? Just why? I'm gonna let y'all answer these questions. Just tell me why. Why do we have to go through this every freaking day, every week, when half of this stuff has been tended to and answered and all of that? But yet and still, here we go again. Y'all ready? Come join me on this journey.
Welcome to the future of Colorado football.
And we're back with these idiots, Andy and Ari. Oh my goodness. Can Coach Prime turn Colorado into a Big 12 contender? Yeah, a Big 12 contender. And then they questioning. Let's just get into it. I'm going to let y'all deal with it. I'm sleepy.
Had an interesting comment on First Take. And he said, essentially, the Texas A&M should have hired Coach Prime, that Alabama should have considered Coach Prime, and that Florida State, Coach Prime's alma mater, should hire Coach Prime. And I thought this was interesting. Now, I know how you feel about this, because you feel like he does not recruit the way one must recruit to win at those places. I'm actually starting to question that a little bit as I watch Colorado improve every week.
Hey, you know that Ace Ventura? He sucks up all the air before he goes on the Roger Podacter. Okay, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here.
First of all, let's address the Stephen A. Smith comments before anything else. Coach Prime is where he's at. And I'm sick of Stephen A. Smith saying that these colleges should have hired Coach Prime. Coach Prime is where he's at and where he needs to be at. Stephen A. Smith thinks that an SEC job is better than any other job in the country, which is false. SEC has money. Don't mean Colorado don't have. Colorado got bread, dog. Don't worry about what you think you know. And we've only had 2 black head coaches in the SEC. Sylvester Crooms at Mississippi State and what's his name at Texas A&M. It's still the South, dog. They still trying to rise again. So just leave that alone. Prime know what he doing. There's a reason he's not in the South. You should ask those questions, but you from New York, so you don't know what it's like down here. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back. Stephen A. just need to stop speaking on where Coach Prime needs to be at and who should have hired him. Everybody had a chance to hire him, and they didn't. He went to Colorado. He liked Colorado. He's not leaving Colorado. He's at home now. So let it be.
I don't know if it's a rant. I'm going to be calm. So Deion Sanders' lack of high school recruiting is turning out to not matter in the short term, right? Like Colorado is much.
There is no lack of high school recruiting. I'm gonna need for y'all to get this right. He's not recruiting at a high clip, but he is getting high school kids. He's not getting them the way everybody else thinks he should have them or recruit them, but he is recruiting high school kids. I'm sick of y'all with that narrative that Deion doesn't recruit high school kids. Where the hell you think Jordan Seaton come from? Draylon Miller and all these other kids. They just showed up poof out of nowhere, huh? Oh, okay.
Better this year than I thought they were going to be. I think most people thought they were going to be worse than this. So the fact that he was able to flip his roster, like Colorado might have a better offensive line right now than Ohio State, dude. Like they have done something in the portal to improve this program, no question, right? But my thing with high school recruiting was a two-pronged issue, which is one, if you don't build your roster in a healthy way, it's hard to flip it in 2 years and create any sort of sustainability. Now, Deion Sanders probably would be great in the portal every year because he's freaking Deion Sanders. But the second part of the second prong is that if you don't recruit high schools,
Pete Gordon invests the way he wants to invest.
Oh
With no.
Here we go. Told y'all I ain't using my premium on these idiots, so y'all can forget that. I will not use my premium account on these punk ass YouTubers. But anyway, let's go.
the message that you don't plan to be there very long because you don't. I feel like no coach would probably prefer. To me, that sends a message that is that if you don't recruit high schools, to me, that sends a message that you don't plan to be there very long.
And to you, I say you're an idiot because he does recruit high school. He just doesn't recruit at the numbers that you guys would like for him to. See, when Deion did this, he had a plan. He told you idiots what the plan was. 40, 40, 20. That's the plan. If you don't remember what the plan is, that's on you. If you didn't want to do your research on what the plan is, that's on you. But he told you how he was going to do this. He laid it all out. But everybody still sees things the way they want to see them. Not the way he tells you he's doing it. The way you want to see it. But let's continue to hear these arguments.
Because you don't, I feel like no coach would probably prefer to start over from ground zero every year, right? Like you want to have some familiarity, some players on your roster that you're developing so that by year 3, 4, and 5, your team is much better than in year 1 and 2. Is that a fair?
Okay. At this point, I'm lost. I don't even understand what this idiot is talking about. For one, Deion has been in Colorado for 2 years. He's only cleared out one class, and that was the initial class, besides the people that stayed. Starting in year 2, some left, some stayed. What's so hard about this? What's so hard about what he's doing? This idiot acts like everyone on Deion's team is a senior and he's got to start all the way back over from the beginning. Kind of reminds you of Florida State because that's what they did. All those seniors left. Know what they left with? High school recruits. How they turn out for them this year. That's all I'm saying. But you want Deion to do that? No, not gonna happen.
Here's the thing, Art. Well, here's the thing. Because the reason I'm questioning this was I'm starting to question whether we know exactly how this is going to look. in the coming years. Now, I think there's a point where you get to where maybe it's collectively bargained, maybe there's contracts, maybe there is some security and some continuity. But I do know, like, there are major coaches who've built their programs through high school recruiting who have just told their staffs, like, starting this offseason, forget continuity. Continuity is over. It's going to be like the NFL. We're going to have a radically different roster every year. Get used to it. Get over it.
You mean like Deion been doing since he been at Colorado? You mean y'all got to start doing what Deion is already doing? Y'all got to catch up. Is that what you're saying? Because Deion told you he's doing it like the NFL. It's free agent market, and I'm going to get what I want. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about what Deion is doing. Yeah, he got some seniors on there that's going to leave. He also got some freshmen and some redshirt freshmen and some redshirt sophomores. He got a good team when Shador, Shiloh, Travis, LeJounte, who else? A bunch of seniors. When those guys leave, still got a pretty good amount of people that he can count on that will be there to continue the program that's already been in the process. And know what he's going to do to replace those people? He's going to recruit some high school kids. Then he's going to go in the portal, because this time when the floodgates open up in the transfer portal, it's going to be starters that started with major programs jumping in the portal, and guess where they go? Proof of concept. That's all he needed, was proof of concept. Now everybody know it works. They can win. He knows how to build. Guess where everybody's coming to next year? All those 5-stars, all those high school students that you want him to recruit, all those 5 and 4-star players that were recruited highly last year, I bet you at least 3 or 4 of them jump in the portal and end up in Colorado. I'm just saying. Proof of concept. Everybody knows that it works now. So the Colorado floodgates are going to open up. They going to be able to have their pick of the litter this year, dog. And it ain't going to even be funny. Prime is going to run. I keep telling y'all, Prime going to run the Big 12 until he retires. The Big 12 will be his to shred apart. I told you, somebody got to be Oklahoma to their Texas in the Big 12. And I don't know if it's going to be one. They might be dominant for the next 6 to 7 years until Coach Prime get ready to go.
Maybe Deion was just a little ahead of the curve on this. And I know because I
you
said
should write
you can't do it
you
this
should
way.
write that if you think that.
It won't work this way. I kept saying it won't work this way. You got to do it this other way. And the Colorado fans pushed back on me. The Deion fans pushed back on me, and they said, no, he's got a plan, and you'll see it'll work. Well, right now they're right. It is working because they're getting better. And I will say, because I always say you got to build on the line of scrimmage through high school. Like, you need to be signing 4 and 5 high school offensive linemen a year. It's the Oklahoma conversation we had a few weeks ago.
No, you don't. That is the old way of doing things. That is past tense. That's past tense. Now, you don't have to go grab 4 and 5 linemen out of high school. You can grab them straight out of college, out of somebody else's classroom. You know, those same offensive and defensive tackles and edge rushers that were clowning. He got Pitt's 2 starting dominant edge rushers last year. Arizona State's top edge rusher last year. He got some of the best people in the transfer portal. All that money Lane Kiffin spent last year on the transfer portal, how is that working out for him now? All of that money Ohio State spent $20 million. How is that working out? It's not always what you spend. It's what you spend it on. I'm just saying. These are just facts, man. People don't understand. Y'all don't have the foresight or the common sense to understand what Coach Prime is doing and has done. But see, y'all didn't look back at Jackson State. Y'all just said he just got a bunch of players and his players was better than everybody else. Same concept. It works. He's in the Big 12, and he's going to get other better players from other conferences and the best players from other teams and put them on his team. And recruit some of the best players out of high school. Works. That's all he did. See, y'all was so focused on year one. That's everybody's problem. Everybody's focused on year one. Everybody's focused on that 4-8 season. Everybody's concentration is on Shedeur, Travis, Shiloh. What is he going to do next? Well, that's like I told you in the last video. He told you, you better get me now, right now, because this is the last time you're going to be able to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Let's go.
Now, who did he sign out of high school? This past cycle, the number 1 offensive tackle, Jordan Seaton, who is playing well and getting better every week. So, I don't know, maybe he's got a better handle on this than we do.
Yes.
Okay. I just don't know that I'm ever going to buy into the notion that high school recruiting is dead. So, like, you know, if
I'm
you
not
want to
saying
go
it's
there,
dead.
yeah,
I'm saying he's doing some of it. He's got the best high school offensive tackle from last year who is playing well for them now.
it's
So-
one 5-star player to commit to Colorado every year.
Right. But
And
what
that's
if
where
he
the
gets
bottom falls
more?
out.
What if he gets more than that?
Well, yeah, that's what I want. I want him to get more. I want
I
him to
think he's
try
gonna
to get
get-
more.
but I'm
he's not
saying I
trying
think-
to get more.
I think he may be.
Wait a minute. What do you mean he's not trying to get? He's getting what he wants out of high school. See, y'all just want Prime to recruit players to be recruiting players. Coach Prime recruits with a purpose. All of his freshmen play. And he only recruits freshmen, high schoolers that can contribute or they feel that can contribute to the team that same season. Not in 3 years, not in 2 years, right now. You don't listen. Y'all are not listening. The man is telling you all of this, and yet and still you're not listening. This is not hard. But you dum-dums don't seem to understand or comprehend the words that are coming out of his mouth when he's simply telling you every move that he's making and why he's doing it. He's told you why he don't need a bunch of high school players because he want players that can play now. He need players that can play now. That's why he's heavy in the transfer portal. Oh my God, y'all make this so difficult when it's not. This is not hard. Coach Prime's philosophy is not hard. You just have to understand what he's saying. Pay attention. Listen. and take it in.
Be able to get more than that without doing the things you think he has to do.
Well, that'll be interesting. So that this is an
Because
interesting.
remember, they don't have a lot of they don't have a ton of NIL money either, but revenue sharing is coming.
Wait a minute. See, right there is where you're wrong. Colorado got a ton. Let me rephrase it. Colorado has a ton of NIL money. Colorado got a lot of money, dog. They just don't flex like y'all want them to flex. And they don't have to pay the kind of NIL that everybody else is paying because they have more than just football to offer. See, when you have more than one thing to give, the price is not that high. That brings the price down. The more value you have, the more you can offer players, price goes down.
So they're going to have a budget. And I've talked about this with Clemson. I've talked about this with schools like Wake Forest. Like the schools that did not have a ton of NIL money are now going to have a budget of some kind. They're going to be able to compete for the ones they really want to compete for. And like, not an offensive lineman, but Julian Lewis. We talked about him a ton because he's committed to USC. Colorado and Indiana still recruiting him. Julian Lewis was on campus in Colorado for the Cincinnati game. Like they're clearly still working on him. So
when you open the box of a Greenberg turkey, the smell is.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Why do we have to do it? We don't want to watch it.
At an Alabama.
Well, let me
or Texas A&M, but it could work at Colorado.
Okay. So Big Cat said that Florida State has a magic bullet. Stephen A. Smith's tweeting this. I think a lot of people think that Florida State, because this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether or not he can win 9 games in Colorado. We're talking about
Norvell
whether
has a $70 million buyout.
Okay, but let's pretend he had a $5 buyout and that I could pay it. What's the number one concern at Florida State right now?
Quarterback.
No, but what's the number one concern about the way that the roster is constructed?
That
they don't transactional and they have no continuity? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because it's constructed of mostly freshmen. They have a very small upper class because all of their seniors and graduates left last year when they had that great season, and a bunch of underclassmen, a bunch of juniors got out when they had that great season last year. They took their opportunity and they went to the NFL. So now you're left with a bunch of underclassmen and a bunch of kids from the transfer portal that they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to blend the team together like Coach Prime. This is why it works at Colorado, because Prime was ahead of the game. He knew what he knows what he's doing. And Prime is a problem solver. He knows how to analyze the situation and fix it, or he knows what to do to make it better. Most of these coaches don't. This transfer portal is new to them. They haven't participated in it a lot. Prime has been in it heavy. And Prime is not going to Florida State. People, stop trying to make this man go to another school. He's not going. He doesn't want to go. He don't like Florida State. He went to that school. He doesn't like that school. He fell out with him. Ask Nike how it is when Coach Prime falls out with you. He'll hold a grudge for a while for people like that. So y'all can get that off your mind.
Yeah. All right. So now you want to take that and put it there? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier to be, and I'm not like, listen, it's a hard.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ari.
Let me just finish.
No. Let me. You can recruit out of high school at Florida State a lot easier than you can at Colorado, even if you aren't going to every high school, because there's lots of really good players who can just drive to your campus.
Damn, I said that in my video yesterday. But yeah, if you at Florida State, people can just show up. They just shoot, drive on in. You at Colorado, you gotta let me know you coming. Because I'm in the suburbs, dog. You gotta holler at me because I know you don't want to drive way out here and I ain't at home. You figure me. But Coach Prime can recruit anywhere he goes. It doesn't matter his location. See, but what they want is Coach Prime to go into houses and into high schools. And that's simply not going to happen. And he said it a million times why that's not going to happen. But y'all keep insisting that he does this shit. No, this man is not regular. He can't do what Kirby and Nick Saban them was doing. He just can't show up at your high school. If Prime shows up at a high school, all hell breaks loose. He can't show up at a Friday night game on the sideline. Not without 12 sheriffs around him. But then he can't do his job. So why would he show up? For those of you that are not a celebrity, you wouldn't understand what it's like to go outside and everybody knows who you are. It's not fun. I have been around people in that atmosphere so many times, and they hate it. Do you know what it's like to not to be able to simply go to the grocery store by yourself and just walk in and walk out? He can't do that. He can't. Anywhere he goes, he draws people to him. He's a personality, well known, well liked, well loved. That man can't go outside by himself unless he at home on his own property. And it might be paparazzi. But y'all wouldn't understand that because y'all haven't lived that life.
You can't do that at college. Like, if you want to get people to come visit you in Tallahassee, it's a 5-hour drive from Atlanta. It's a 4-hour drive from Orlando. It's a 3.5-hour drive from Jacksonville. Kids from Mobile can come on over. Kids from Birmingham can cut down. Like, exactly. You can get good players to come see you. They don't even have to get on a plane. You don't have to work as hard as you do at Colorado to get them to come see you.
He's not working hard. Not that. It's not as hard as y'all think to get kids to Colorado. It's fairly easy. Only thing he got to do is say, you come on out here and we'll talk about it. Because it's better for them to be in Colorado than him coming to their house. We know how you live. He wants you to see Colorado. Get that vibe, suck in the air, see the campus, talk to the people, see what it's like. Not just say, yeah, I'm coming, and then go out there blind and don't know nothing about the city, the people, the culture, the college, all of that. That's why he brings people to him, because it's better that way. He can sit on your living room couch and say, try to tell you what Colorado and Boulder is like. But if you show up and sit on my couch in Boulder, you can feel it. We can show it to you. Weight room, cafeteria, the bars, everywhere people hang out, Greek Road, all of it, everything that's on campus. When you go to the quad or to the yard, you get that feeling. You don't get that feeling sitting at home in your living room talking about football. Unless, you know.
No, you absolutely don't. I don't know that I would want to hire a coach at a place that wants to win national titles that doesn't want to work as hard. Like, that's the problem for me.
Why does he keep saying Coach Prime don't want to work hard? What makes you think that they're not working hard? Where do you get that idea from? How are you? Ooh, see, people like this, because he's not doing it the way you think he should do it, he's not working hard. Because he's not sticking to the norm of recruiting, he's not working hard. See what I'm saying? I told y'all, y'all got to listen for them words. It's them words, man. It's them words.
Like
He's got an advantage that the other coaches don't, in that people want to come see him. Whereas if you just got a guy, or even if it's a good coach, they might not necessarily want to. But
now imagine if he had that advantage and worked really hard.
I know.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? There they go. What if he had that and worked really hard? What the fuck are you talking about? How is he not working hard? Why do you keep saying that? He's not working as hard as you think he should be working, because you can't see it. You don't know. You don't know what that man do every day. You don't know what that man talks to recruits or all that other stuff he does behind the scenes. You only get to see certain things. You don't get to see everything. But now all of a sudden he ain't working hard. Boy, I'm telling y'all better be listening.
I get it. I said the same thing. But what he's doing is working.
Yes.
And we said it wouldn't.
I'm with you. Like,
yes, Andy Staples. It is working. And you did say it wouldn't work. Proof of concept, bruh. That's all he needed to get the recruiting class he wants. Now it's on.
I don't want to disparage Colorado, because what he's doing is excellent. Like, I wrote a column last week that we should start paying attention for the right reasons. Like, in my position with Deion is, like, I think a lot of people like came into this thinking, well, this is going to be a clown show. He doesn't know how to coach. He's got no coaching experience. Like, he's hired a pretty good staff. And even after the Sean Lewis thing, I was like, oh God. But like, he's figured out a way to put together a staff.
I would say their offense is more effective now than it was last year. So it worked.
Y'all heard all that, right? It ain't gonna work. It'll be a clown show. It's a circus. Those are the stereotypes that Prime has to deal with just for being himself and doing things the way he wants to do them, or doing them the way everybody else doesn't do them, or not doing it the way they do. Those are the type of things that they have to deal with on a daily freaking basis. But y'all get mad at Coach Prime after he's sending 4 or 5 shots at people. But that's all y'all do is take shots.
Yeah. But if you're in a position where you're doing all the things from a football standpoint, a program building standpoint, that make me feel like, okay, that would work at a big place. The thing that's...
What do you mean that will work? It's working in Colorado. So you saying Colorado is not a prestigious university? Or that because it's not a blue blood, or because it's not in the SEC, it's not worthy of the thing Coach Prime is doing. Y'all better listen, man.
Scares me is that I have a understanding.
If you're currently paying for a subscription to a doorbell cam,
how many y'all gonna
to be at those places? And Deion Sanders, with full effort, is the, like, if Deion Sanders was at least trying at Colorado, because it's like, oh well, maybe he's not going on the road.
You heard it? If Deion Sanders was at least trying in Colorado, why? What is he not trying? What has he not done that says he's not trying? Is what I want to understand. He's not trying to do what? Win, recruit, get better, What is he not trying to do?
Road because he doesn't feel like they have the NIL money to go get it. Okay, fine. But trying there, I feel like it would work.
He just won't stop, dog. They just won't stop. I keep telling, if y'all pay attention to these people and the way they talk, you would understand why people like me get so pissed off all the time. What is he not trying? What is he not doing? He's winning. It's what you said he couldn't do. The way he's doing it. The way he's doing it, you said it couldn't be done. You said he couldn't win. But now he's winning. Now he's not trying. What the freak are you talking about? Contradiction after contradiction. They give me a headache, dog. Sometimes it's too early to drink. I need to take a shot and just go to bed. Let's go.
But I'm not even sure that Deion Sanders wants to be a college coach long term. Like that's.
I'm gonna tip this whole doggone computer over in a minute. Where did that come from? Somebody, hurry, tell me, where did that come from? Now he's not sure Deion Sanders wants to be a college coach. What the hell are we doing here, man? Come on, dog. Oh! They are so aggravating. Let's go.
That's the thing. Like, are we even sure of that piece of this? Like, do you think that it's like his life goal right now to build a long-term sustainable football winner in college? Like I don't know that any of his behavior.
I don't know that it is at Colorado. I don't know that it is at Colorado, but
boy, I see. This is why I watch this stuff so y'all don't have to. Y'all can just listen to me. Oh crap. Because he don't know if it's in Colorado. Here we go. Once again, back to the Coach Prime needs to leave Colorado. He don't think he's doing anything. So what the hell are we doing here? What are y'all talking about? Really? Really? Just let's go.
And I know the Colorado people don't want to hear this. Like JD Piquel put out a video right after that Stephen A thing and said, "Look, what's wrong with the job he has now? Like,
exactly.
Why can't he just stay at Colorado and do this?" But
give him truth serum, Andy, right here in the neck. Deion, do you want to be Florida State's coach for the next 15 years?
No. Hell no. He doesn't want to be Florida State's coach for the next 15 years, for the next 2 years, for any years. He's answered that question. I told y'all. It's not even his alma mater. His alma mater is Talladega College, Anniston, Alabama. You understand? He's not an alumnus of Florida State University. He was a football player at that school. That's it. Baseball player. That's it. He has removed his attachment from Florida State. He is now the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. Understand that.
it's a good question. It's a good question. And I think his pursuit of the guy we would think would be the quarterback of the future tells you that he's planning on being at Colorado next year.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you're recruiting at that level and you're bringing guys in, I mean, that to me does say that. It does. So it makes me wonder if you can go on the Oprah Winfrey show and SNL and all the other things he goes on. I think he should get on an airplane and go try to get a top. Do you know what Colorado would be if they worked the portal as good as they did and then signed top 30 classes? I'm not even.
See what I'm saying? You too worried about him going on TV. You can't worry about what he does because what he does is part of how he recruits. Show me another coach that can go on SNL, that can go on Oprah, that can go on Jimmy Kimmel, that can go on the Tonight Show, that can go on all these talk shows, Good Morning America, 60 Minutes interviews. Where the rest of them? Ain't nobody do it like Prime. See, but y'all think he doing it for the glitz and the glamour. Glitz and glamour is what Prime does. That's just him. It comes with it. You know, y'all just, when people don't understand what you're doing, they try to make up shit. Stop making up shit.
Asking him to go sign
the most talented team in the Big 12 every year.
They would own the Big 12. And honestly speaking, I know Florida State and Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State are sexier big-time programs, but in the new system of this sport, if you're able to sign the types of classes that like even Kansas State signs, and then you can go add 5 awesome players through the portal that are the skill position players, and then maybe sign a 5-star offensive tackle, which he's already proven he could do, they would literally own the Big 12 and create a winning. Like my criticism.
Y'all heard that, right? What did I tell you yesterday about that man at Kansas State? I told you, y'all. What? I told y'all they be loving these people that do the same thing that Coach Prime is doing. But for them, Coach Prime doing it is a problem. He just literally referenced that man at Kansas State. When both coaches are doing the same thing. Signetti in Indiana, same thing. But y'all love them for it. But here, Coach Prime should do more. He should do it this way. He should do it that way. Just do more. It's just like Kamala running for president right now. She has laid out her plan. She's told you everything she wants to do. She's given her policies. She's explained them. And everybody's coming up with more. Give us more. But ain't nobody asked Trump to do shit, and he ain't got no plan. The same fucking medical plan that's going to replace Obamacare since 2016. You ain't seen it yet, but he got a concept of a plan. But that's okay. And y'all don't understand why black people tell y'all we got to be twice as good. Because of bullshit like this. Always questioning what and why and do this and why can't you do it like that? No, leave me the hell alone. I'm doing it my way. That's what he's doing. But you want him to do it the way you want him to do it. And since that's not happening, he ain't doing enough. Bullshit.
Some of Deion Sanders was never from a place of, I don't believe this could work. In fact, if you go back to The Athletic in the weeks and months after he got hired at Colorado, every single column I wrote about Deion Sanders was, holy shit, this is going to be awesome. My disappointment with Deion has been the output in terms of the things that we expect coaches to do during the offseason, during their Friday nights, like that he does not do. That makes me question whether he will ever be able to get to the potential that his star actually, is. Like he is.
No, it's the things that other coaches do that you expect him to do that he's not doing. You want him to do it their way, and that's not Prime. He don't do shit their way. He never has. He doesn't do what everybody else does. against the grain, against the grain, against the grain. That's what he does. Prime has reset the market in college football. He has changed the scope of way that everybody recruits, everybody gets talent. Pretty soon, like I told y'all, when everybody transforms to the way he's doing, he gonna go a whole nother direction. Because now everybody's doing it. And he's not gonna do it the way everybody's doing it. It's just that simple. Reason I know this man so well because that's the shit I would do. Different, not the same. Just because everybody else is doing it, don't mean it worked. The way Prime doing it worked. Ohio State had the #1 recruiting class. Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. Who else? Oregon and some more. Everybody on that took an L but Oregon. Alabama got 2 L's. Georgia got an L. Ohio State lost to Oregon. Finna lose to Penn State. So how does it work when everybody is doing the same thing? How are you going to stand out? How are your recruits going to want to come to your school if you just doing what they do? They told me the same thing you telling me. Fucking life, man.
Famous, he's articulate, he's funny, he's handsome. Like, people want to be around him. People want to meet him. People want to fly to Colorado to see him. He has every advantage in the world. If he would just like wake up every morning like Dan Lanning.
What? Hold on. That's it right there. Wake up every morning like Dan Lanning and do what? And do what? What has Dan Lanning done since he's been at Oregon? Tell me. Put it on paper and tell me what Dan Lanning has done with that top 10 team that he inherited since he's been at Oregon. What has Dan Lanning done that's better than what Coach Prime has done? To be completely real, 100, Prime has done a better job at Colorado than Dan Lanning has done at Oregon right now. From the time Lanning got there to the time Prime is there. Lanning inherited a team that had a year removed from the playoffs. Dan Lanning inherited a top 10 team. But has he been to the playoffs? Has he won the Pac-12? What has Dan Lanning done since he's been in Oregon? Nothing. Has he transformed the team? No. It was built when he got there. Dan Lanning ain't done shit. Not one thing. But take over something that was pre-built. Like buying my house and adding an extra room in the back. It's already here. Only thing you got to do is put your phone on it and make it yours. Just add a couple of things here, add a couple. That man has transformed a whole freaking program, city, town, state, university, and half of the freaking world. Because 2 years ago, you wasn't talking about Colorado. And now all you do is talk about Colorado. So once again, I ask you, what has Dan Lanning done since he's been in Oregon better than what Coach Prime has done since he's been in Colorado? And your answer to me is not a damn thing. Because Coach Prime has done a way better job than Dan Lanning has done in Oregon. Dan Lanning shit was pre-built when he got there. Already existed. Already a top 10 team. Already sitting there with a bunch of 3, 4, and 5-star recruits. Everything was built when he got there. Prime just had a foundation. He had to build the walls, build the roof, put the roof on, put the sheetrock up, put the insulation in, flooring. He had to do the whole damn thing. Because wasn't nothing there when he got there but a slab. Landing shit was decked out. Chandeliers, LED lighting, everything. He had a playroom, all that shit. Butt naked bare bones when he got there. So once again, tell me what Dan Lanning has done since he's been at Oregon better than Coach Prime. Nothing. Not a freaking thing. And you better hope they don't meet in the playoffs, because this year Oregon will lose. I digress.
With that fire in his belly to go get kids. Like, you are driven not by Louis Vuitton jokes and cool offer letters. If you were driven by the pursuit of talent accumulation, you literally, I don't even think it's crazy to say, I think that Deion Sanders could win a national championship at Colorado. I literally do. In this new world, if you actually got to a point where you used your star, your main qualification, to recruit your ass off in the high school ranks and then go get the best players in the portal that you can.
Bro, why do you keep wanting this man to do what he has deemed not useful? Let's just say Prime go get a bunch of 4 and 5 star kids, about 25. And at the end of the season, when he got 25, when 10 of them ain't happy with how the season went, and they jump in the portal and go somewhere else, then what? Then what? So we just going to stick to the 15, 17, 18, 19 we got. And we ain't got to go through that process. Because we know what's coming in the portal. You don't see it because you don't have a vision. You're not a visionary. You don't understand the plan, which makes you just ignorant and stupid. Because you want this man to do something that he deems unfit for his job. It's not the way to go. It's not purposeful. And yet and still, they act like Coach Prime has been in Colorado for 10 years. Like he has been there building and building and hasn't completed anything. This is year 2, not year 5. He got to get started first. And this is year 1 of the progression. You got to trust the process. But y'all act like Prime been in Boulder for 5-10 years. He just got there. It has to start from something. But y'all act like he been there.
Can get to supplement that roster if the sport is actually flat. Like, I think you could even make the case that it's easier to get to the position to win a national championship at Colorado than it is at Alabama. Now, the last part is, and it's the elephant in the room, but it has to be addressed, is that if Colorado can't pay NIL money to high school players, then you'll never be able to sign top 10 classes. I don't.
Hey, dum-dum, Colorado got plenty of NIL money. Unlike everybody else, they just don't give it away like idiots. That's what happens when you're smart. You know, just like them kids getting all that money, and next year they bounce. It's not what we do at Colorado. People get money at other schools just to get money. Prime is telling you, come to Colorado, you get this NIL money. It's gonna be real NIL money, and you're gonna work for it. You can get it, but you just ain't gonna play football and get it. There's work involved. How many other college players you see around the country in national commercials? There's a lot of Colorado players in there. Let me stop. Let's go.
I don't care how
But
cool Dion is.
They're
He gets a
going
discount.
to be able to pay whatever the revenue share cap.
So why
is.
is Colorado not a place that he would like? If you want to be a great coach, what would be cool?
Finest?
No, we're not doing J-Lab at all.
So you want to know where to invest
Oh my God,
$1,000?
really? Commercials again? Come on, dog.
For people, I'm not going to discount that, but what would be the coolest? Like you took this program that was in the dumps. It was a shit program. There's no other way to say it. And then made them a perennial winner because you're Deion Sanders. What better ego boost is that? Like, I actually think that you are at a place, as long as we are including we're not in the super era or super league era, but Colorado legitimately could make the playoff this year. If they win out, who knows how the Big 12's like, they could win the Big 12 this year. That's not over yet.
Not over at all. And
So
the
I
Deion
actually-
effect does supplement, like, even if you, this is where I think the rev share thing is interesting, because you do have a budget. You may not have as big of a budget, or you might not have a.
Colorado has plenty of money. Plenty of money. Colorado has a lot of money. NIL money. And if they switch to revenue sharing, that's going to come in off the NCAA. So each player is going to get a check. What they stack on top of it with NIL money is the difference. But Colorado has a big NIL fund. Y'all don't think so, but they do. Colorado got a little change, and they can spend it if they have to. They spend it on the players that need to be spent on. Just so y'all know, Juju is a silent commit. We're thinking here. I've said this already. Juju's going to be a silent commit. Corday is going to commit first. Then, just like Jordan Seaton, Juju's announcement is going to be out of this world, and all hell is going to break loose in high school recruiting. People are going to be decommitting and every damn thing else. That's how it's going to happen.
Collective that kicks in as much, above that as Alabama or Ohio State does, but you have Deion, and that helps get you legitimate, real. Like, we just did an ad where Travis Hunter's in the ad. Like, he's getting paid by J-Lab for that, by EA Sports for that, and a lot of that is because now Travis Hunter
Who's the
is
biggest
awesome on his
star
own
in the
right.
sport this year?
Deion Sanders.
Well, yeah, but who's
Travis
the biggest player?
Travis Hunter.
Sanders.
You don't have to go to Alabama anymore to be a great marketing campaign. Like, you don't.
Duh. We've been trying to tell y'all idiots that the whole time. Look at, man. The shit makes no sense. It makes no sense what they're talking about. Colorado is the best place for Coach Prime. There is no other place in college football that would give Coach Prime the autonomy and the authority to do what he's currently doing at Colorado. You can throw Florida State out the window. All of it. No Texas A&M, Alabama. They weren't going to hire him anyway. So it is what it is. And as far as recruiting out of high school, makes no sense to recruit 30 players from high school when 20 of them will jump in the portal next season or be told to jump in the portal because we made a mistake. We evaluated you the wrong way. Coach Prime has put together a system that works. You're starting to see the fruit blossom from the tree. And it's going to get greater every year. But it's a process. But y'all are continually acting as Coach Prime has been in Colorado for 5 to 10 years. He just got there. Let him put his play into play. And then you can criticize. But anyway, man, we can listen to these idiots talk about nonsense. They don't know what the hell they talking about. And this man pissed me off talking about some fire like Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning ain't did shit at Oregon. Nada. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. I mean, nothing at all. Dan Lanning ain't done nothing at Oregon at all. I mean, period. What was Oregon when Lanning got there? Because they're number one right now. Let me see. Hold on. Let's find out. Dan Lanning record at Oregon. Dan Lanning's record at Oregon is 13-5, 30-5. Let's see. We finna figure it out. Dan Lanning coaching career, Georgia, Oregon. He's been 10-3, 12-2, and right now he's 8-0. To a Holiday Bowl. 2022 Holiday Bowl was a college football bowl game played on December 28th. Wasn't even a New Year's Bowl. He won the Holiday Bowl. Last year was the Fiesta Bowl, which was a New Year's Bowl. You know, and he won that. This is year 3. But like I said, he ain't done shit. Prime is at 500. You see, when you take over a program and go 10-3, 12-2, what does that tell you? Program is already built when you got there. When you got there, the program was already standing tall, strong. But now you got to win something. You got to win a title. And he ain't won no title. He ain't got no Pac-12 title. And he ain't gonna have no Big Ten title. Fuck around and let Coach Prime win a Big 12 title, then holler at me. But anyway, man, we getting out of here. For real this time. You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and turn your post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy's going live or dropping this heat. And we getting out of here, man, because I got to take a nap. Peace.
Thank you. God bless you all, man. Be safe.